Good morning. This week's devotion is Who We Were Created to Be. For those who friend me and follow me on Facebook, you'll know that I count down the days to Dragon Con by posting Dragon Con music videos. I was really excited that they were filming this year's video on the Thursday of Dragon Con, so I could actually be in it. This year, wasn't a parody. It was an original song by Vixie and Tony called We Are Who We Are. And the words really hit a chord for me. It talked about being bullied for who you are and how society tries to make you fit into their molds. And it talked about overcoming it and not being afraid to be the person that you are. As a victim of bullying, I found this very empowering. It also made me remember that the places I went to feel that I belonged. One was being a good student. Having the teacher proud of me made it easier to take what the other kids said about me. The second place was sci-fi and fantasy conventions like Dragon Con, because there I found people who were geeks like me, who enjoyed doing the same things, and were also often victims of bullying in the real world. But the most important place that I went was at church, because there I was told that I was a beloved child of God, and nothing that the world could say could change that. At church, I was told that we weren't meant to give in to the pressures of the world, to make you something that you aren't. And there I learned that the bullies were wrong, that I was precious and valuable to God. And the taunt of, "Look at her, she dates Mr. Rogers," actually became a compliment, showing me that showed that I was kind and gentle. I also learned that I was never alone, that God was there with me through it all. As Christians, we know that when society tries to make us bow to their will or make us turn away from the person that God created us to be, that we don't go through it alone. As Isaiah 35:4, our Old Testament lesson for this week, puts it, "Say to those who are fearful, who are of a fearful heart, be strong and do not fear. Here is your God. He will come with vengeance, with terrible recompense. He will come and save you." God created each of us special, which can be hard in a world that values uniformity. But God created each and every person to be beautifully unique. God didn't create us to bully or oppress those who are different. God created us to love our neighbors as ourselves and to care for the least of these. So when the world tries to force you to conform to its views or to do things that go against who you know that God created you to be strong. I'm going to close with a couple of lines from the song We Are Who We Are from this year's Dragon Con video. We are here where we belong. We don't need anyone to tell us who we are. But the line that I think is the most important is, we have to make it better for everyone. You see, as Christians, we aren't just called to not conform to the world. We're called to actively follow where Jesus would lead. We are called to advocate for those who have no voice. We are called to uphold those whom society has trampled on. As I was growing up, I was blessed to have youth leaders and Sunday school teachers and pastors who lifted me up when the world beat me down. Now it's my turn to be the one to reach out to the least of these, to lift them into the light of Christ, and to help them see the beautiful child of God that God created them to be. Have a blessed week.